Let's give you a live look right now at the nation's capital, because after more than 3 weeks of a pause on legislative business, Congress must now work to avoid yet another potential government shutdown. Also on the line, a $14.3 billion bill to help send aid to Israel. So joining us in studio this morning to discuss the new House Speaker and all of these other issues on the table is Congressman Carlos Gimenez. Good morning. Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Let's first talk about the new Speaker, Mike Johnson. He is a staunch opponent to gay rights, right? He is an avid Trump supporter, and he's also been labeled as the most inexperienced speaker in decades. Can he effectively lead?
Yes, I think he can. I mean, look, he got 220 votes from the Republican Party, and myself included, so he had a unanimous support. Mike Johnson's a really nice guy. Everybody trusts him. He's a man of his word. Yes, he is a man of faith, and he's a family man. But he's also somebody who has established himself as somebody, again, that you can trust and will do the right thing. I don't think there's going to be much difference between him and Kevin McCarthy as far as the policy. The policy is actually going to be dictated by the conference itself. That's one of the things that he promised, and then we're going to go back to regular order, and your bills will either rise or fall based on their merit and not based on who it is. And so we expect the members expect everybody to be treated the same, and then our bills will again will rise or fall based on their merit. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned McCarthy because we are yet facing another government shutdown, and the Treasury Department just put out this information here. $776 billion is what they're borrowing in the final quarter. That's the most they've ever done in history. So there's a lot on the table here. If he does, Johnson, what McCarthy did is create some kind of bipartisan deal, does that put him in jeopardy? Because now he's saying, look, we don't want this voting situation again. I'm going to change the rules so you can't do that anymore.
What do you mean, put him in jeopardy with, no, he can't do that by himself anyway. But I mean, if we want to change the rules, then the entire Congress has to change the rules.
No, put him in jeopardy of Congress wanting to oust him like McCarthy.
No, he can't do that himself either. That we all have to vote on that, and so that's something that needs probably bipartisan support. Look, I was against the one person motion to vacate. I thought it was crazy, and it turned out to be crazy. That's what eventually got Kevin McCarthy. What's going to be interesting, though, is that the same thing that supposedly Matt Gaetz used to oust Kevin McCarthy is going to come up again, which is a continuing resolution. We don't want to shut down the government, and so Kevin McCarthy actually put up a very conservative continuing resolution that would have cut spending by 8%, would have forced the Biden administration to close the border. When that went down with some Republican votes, then he was kind of forced into, okay, we'll have a clean CR, continuing resolution, which need bipartisan support. When he did that, then Matt Gaetz used that as excuse to oust him. I think that Mike Johnson is going to be in the same boat again, unless we go back to the original resolution, which is 8% cut, and let's see if all these Republicans actually.
All these scenarios. Well, let's get to this. Let's get to gun control, because we're on the heels of this mass shooting in Maine. Is there an appetite for gun control? No,
there's not. And
why?
So why? Because look, when we had the mass shooting here in Broward County with Parkland, what you have to do is that you have to protect children. So we actually took active measures to protect children. There needs to be some more a look at mental health, keeping guns away from folks that shouldn't have guns. Yes, there may be an appetite for that, but as far as banning things, no, there's not much of an appetite for that.
Back on the money trail, can we afford to support aid to Ukraine, to Israel, especially with the looming government shutdown? We have to. And look, again, I don't think we're going to shut down the government. I think we're going to end up in the same place that we did, about a month ago. We have to support Israel. There are things that you have to do, and so we have to, even though we have accumulated a lot of debt, and the national debt is a huge problem that we have to face. We also know we have to spend more money on defense. We have the looming threat of China. We have the looming threat of Russia, Iran. This axis of evil with Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea that are threatening the security of the world. We have to step up, and we have to spend more money on defense. We also have to help our allies. We have to be a reasonable or secure, security partner for our allies. And so we have to do that, even though
we know we have to tackle this debt problem.
Before we run out of time, I have to ask you, is there any truth to the rumor that you may be saying, so long, D.C., I'm coming back to South Florida and I want to make a bid for the mayor's office yet again?
Look, I never closed the door on anything. That's still a ways away. Right now, I'm running for Congress. There's a lot of important things happening in Congress. Congress is a great honor. To be a U.S. congressman. There's only 12,000 people that ever served in Congress in the history of the United States. And so right now I'm focused on being reelected to Congress, but I never close the door. Things may change, in the near future.
So that's not a no, folks. That's not a definite no.
But right now I'm focused on Congress. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.